What up? What up? It's your boy Django. It's episode 5. I'm so excited to be here. This is the Django show where, I'm your host, but the show's about you. And I use my journey and my guest journey that we'll be having in 2021 to really give you an idea of what you are capable of. And so I wanted to recap 2020 and tell you why I believe 2020 was an incredible year. For myself as well as for others. And so, to me, the two words I would use to describe my 2020 was bravery and consistency. I went out and I trekked out and did a lot of things I never could have imagined myself doing. And that bravery came from the consistency that I started with at the beginning of 2020 as well as in 2019. Because in 2019, what I realized is I hated the life that I had created for myself. I hated what I had built. I didn't like the job that I had. I didn't like the way that I lived. I didn't like who I was as a person. And so I knew I had to get away from that. So all 2019 was just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing myself just to a limit that I knew if I could just do a little bit more, maybe I could be better. And I just refused to stop. The thing about 2020 is that it isn't possible without what I wanted to do in 2019. Without this idea that I had to just become consistently something else. And I found that what you habitually do is what you become. Now I go to the gym every single day, but that was such a difficult journey. And so, I used that to parlay into one of the viewers actually reached out, one of the family members here for the Django show, and was telling me about some of the challenges they're having right now with their goals. And theirs is more specifically around the gym. They know what they want to do. They can see it. And they know they want that more than anything. But when it comes time to do the work, the hard work, the going to the gym every day, the eating right, they just always fall off. And they end up back at zero. Not doing anything, feeling down, wishing that they would do it, but you're just trapped. Netflix, Hulu. You're just eating, and it's tough. I get it. And what I told them was, you have to almost take yourself down to the basics. You have to be brave. You have to be willing to say that I don't like the way that I'm living right now, so I'm going to try something else. Because it takes bravery to get away from the way that you've lived thus far. It is brave. It isn't easy to be doing the right thing every time. If it was, everyone would be doing the right thing. And we both know that that is not the case. And then you need to look into how you can help yourself become consistent. At the end of the day, your brain wants to some extent feel good. I mean, you as a person, you want to feel good. And in the moments where you're watching Netflix or Hulu or eating or doing things, you are feeling good. And when you go to the gym, you get in the gym, and when you finish that workout, for a lot of people, you feel good and you're happy that you did it. But it's hard to stay consistent at it. And what I told them was, in your head, you know what you want to accomplish, right? And I remember what that was like. In 2020, for me, I had gone from 260 pounds as of like 2018 to under 200. I was 198. And that came from the consistency of doing the work every day. But how did I get to that point? I started by cutting out the things that I enjoy doing. And I basically made it to where I was only able to enjoy those things once I had done the thing that I knew I needed to do. And for some things, I cut it out completely. Video games were done. Watching TV, for the most part, was done. Buying things for myself was only done when I hit the contracts that I had set for myself. I want to be in the gym 5 days a week in the morning. I'm not doing anything else until I get those things done in the morning. And then after 3 months, if I get that done, I'm going to reward myself. And you can break that down even simpler. Like, it could just be spending 30 minutes walking. And if you do that for 3 days, then you do reward yourself. Like, you honestly have to almost treat yourself like a puppy. Like, you got to go back to the basics. You want to teach a puppy to sit, tell them to sit. They don't know what sit means. You tell them to sit. And then a couple times that they sit after you say sit, you give them a treat. And you keep practicing and you're rewarding them for doing the thing that you want them to do. And both your lives will get better because of that little treat. So here's the thing, man. 2021, you don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to have a enemy relationship with yourself in regards to going to the gym or your job or whatever. It can be about how can we do this together? How can we change the way that we think? And that's what 2020 was about for me. It was about being brave and making mistakes and being okay with the mistakes that were made, pushing forward. You know, there's nothing worse that I felt than the moments that I've given up. And I really believe that that's the difference between mistakes and failure. You know, on 2 separate occasions, I found myself this year just asking myself if I had bit off more than I could chew. Like if I'm just not cut out for what I had thought I could do. That maybe, you know, you're not all this. And honestly, in those moments, I was looking at failure. And if I had decided to just go back, call it a day, it would have been true. And if I had just gone to live my life the way that was, it would have been true. It would have been the truth about my life. But instead, I chose to call those moments mistakes. You messed up. But here's your chance to take what you learned and to double down, to go harder, to figure out another way to be better. You don't necessarily know what is the right answer, but you at least know another wrong answer. And that's what I want for you in 2021. I want you to feel that maybe things aren't going to be perfect, but if you stay consistent, if you're brave enough to stay in the game, to just stay in the game that you choose, you get to pick this game. You get to choose what it is you're going to do. You get to push towards the life that you want. That those mistakes can equal success for your life. Not just a moment, not just a crash diet, not just losing a little bit of weight, not just the little things, like a life that you want to live. I want you to believe that 2021, WON, that 2021, it won in making you a stronger person. It won in making you a better person. It won in making you realize that you have to live the life you want to live. I saw a quote the other day. It said, "Life doesn't have meaning. We as people give it meaning." Life happens. And sometimes you're sitting there and you're like, what is the point of this? What is the meaning of this? Like, I remember asking myself that over and over. And it wasn't until the day that I realized I could assign whatever meaning I want to this. This could be the end of me, or this could be the beginning of a whole new me. And I want you to believe that 2021, that it won in making you everything that you are about to be, that everything that you were not is going to make you everything that you will be. And that's the greatness of life. To some extent, it's endless as long as you're here. The future is always the future. The past is always the past. And the present is just constantly moving forward. This is all we got. This is the life we're going to get to live. And you get to choose how you're going to live it. And as we go into 2021 together, I want this to be a new way of thinking, a new way of dreaming, a new way of believing what is possible for your life and what you can do for others. Everything that you do has meaning. You get to choose that meaning. And then you get to choose how you give forward. You can give forward nastiness. You can give forward a quitting attitude. You can tell people to quit. You can tell people they suck. You can tell people that it's over and that it's done. You can give up on people. Or you can choose to love, to push people, to tell them that they can be even better versions of themselves, to remind people of how amazing they are. Because if you're alive, you're amazing. You're incredible. You're sensational. You can do anything. 2021. It won in making us better. It won in making us stronger. It won in defining the fact that everything isn't exactly how we thought it was, that maybe we don't have as much control as we thought we did, but we still have control over our thoughts and our actions. And you get to choose how 2021 is going to be. And that no matter what life throws at you, you get to decide what the meaning is for your life. And you get to decide how great you're going to be. And you get to decide how far you're going to push yourself. I'm excited for 2021. I'm excited for what we're going to create. I'm excited for what we're going to build. I'm excited for the changes that have already started moving and the momentum that I'm going to have. And no matter what happens, no matter what changes, no matter how our lives will end up changing, I will always believe in you. I will always love you. And I know that we are going to create something special. This is episode 5 of the Django Show. I hope you love it. Happy New Year.